Welcome to our Megatrends Bits and Bytes series. In this video, we'll be looking at how to future-proof your business through digital transformation. I'm Laurel Grey, and I'm a senior digital analyst with RSM Australia. And joining me today is Nicki Doble, who's the group CIO of Cover More. Thank you so much, Nicki, for agreeing to meet with us today and share a bit more on digital transformation.
No problems. I'm excited to have the chat. So it's good.
Awesome. Are you able to just introduce a bit more about what Cover More is?
Sure. So Cover More is a subsidiary of Zurich Insurance, and we have a number of brands globally. So we have Cover More Group, and then we're known as different companies within different regions. So in Dublin, we're Halo, or actually Blue. In UK, we're Halo and Cover More UK. US, we're TravelX. So we all come under the Cover More group, which makes it a very diversified business, and the services that we sell and provide. Travel insurance is what is our main product we sell, and then we have medical assistance. So if you fall off your jet ski in Bali or you injure yourself in the UK, we've got a business called World Travel Protection that repatriates people back home, and they deal with everything from premature babies through to, lost wallets, the works.
Wow. Okay, so it's a huge business that you're looking after.
Yeah, it's a very diverse. I think that's the trouble. One of the challenges we have is that it's a very diversified business that's done slightly differently in each country, either due to regulations or just the market there. There's different types of services within it. So it's a complex challenge every time we go and do something to find the right solution for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And as the CIO, you're looking after the internal systems primarily for the business?
Internal and external, the works, anything technology related comes in underneath me.
Oh, wow. So given that you're looking after such a wide breadth of technology solutions, what does digital transformation mean to you?
To me, it means simplicity. I think the main value that I think that I know comes from digital transformation. And it's also a really good opportunity for businesses to focus on their customer. So the two things of simplifying that customer experience is what I think digital transformation is.
Oh, wow. And I lost the second question, so I'm going back because I was focusing on what you were saying.
Yeah.
Given that you're focusing primarily on customer experience, what are some of the other areas of digital transformation that you see are a main focus in your business as well?
I try and encourage my business to look at the whole piece. So I think, and this isn't just my business, this is everybody's business, because everyone's got a technical solution they want rolled out. So often I think when businesses and technology areas do it as well, they get focused on the solution. So they go, well, we want a new CMS, so we want to be able to do blah or do this, so we want to sell online. They're not really questioning the reason why they might be doing it, and what's the unique value proposition that you're actually providing to your customer. So even though we're focused on the business, I like to on the customer, it's simplifying it all the way through. So it's just not front end systems, it's the whole way. And I think you also need to really challenge your business model. And that's happening in insurance a bit more. And I know when I started at Cover More, and I wish I'd said more of it back prior to COVID, but we're not a bricks and mortar company anymore. We're a technology company, and I think more and more companies and businesses need to start thinking they're a technology company, and how are they going to use technology to change their business model and how they sell, rather than this is how we sell and we're going to take that online, because it's a completely different bid. And that's where the transformation comes in, because you're looking at all your systems in the back end.
Mm. And at which point do you think that Covermore went through that shift in mindset of thinking it's just customer experience to going back all the way through the internal systems?
Yeah, look, it started pre-COVID. We had to do, we had when I was brought on board to do a transformation for Covermore. I mean, that's my skill set. Yes, so that's what they brought me in to do, and we've ended up doing another one because of COVID. We accelerated what we had in our roadmap. We started then kind of going, well, it's just not B2C. There's B2B, and that was a big market. So the business started thinking that more there around, okay, we don't sell insurance the way that we used to. Like now you buy it online when you're purchasing your airline ticket, or you're booking your hotel. Like you certainly don't go into a Covermore shop and purchase travel insurance. So that it's not a desk in the corner of a travel agent. It's done online. So we've got to think like that. So I think that idea of moving from a bricks and mortar to a technology shop certainly started after that initial restructure, because we moved a lot of positions out that held us to that mentality and that way of delivery. And then COVID, of course, meant that just accelerated in a big way, and it was very challenging for the business. I mean, we in 30 days our revenue went down an enormous amount. Yeah, I mean, travel stopped. So partnerships that we'd had in the past, or revenue that we'd heavily relied on, just disappeared. So it forced the business to say, well, how can we go about creating new opportunities for ourselves? And everyone moved online. I mean, we all were forced to do that. So that forced them to start thinking, oh, okay, if we were a technology company, how would we sell travel insurance? And that's really seen itself now. We're heavily focused on SDKs and APIs, much more than what we used to be. When before we'd think more around, old school partner integrations or building a website or different things. Now it's like, how can we sell en masse very, very easily through multiple partners or direct to customer?
Very interesting. So you basically had been through your initial huge transformation pre-COVID. What would you say to businesses that are just now starting their transformation process?
Yeah. Take it right back. Like I just drive back simplicity, because simplicity is going to allow you to scale in the future, and focus on the customer and go and make sure that you're creating something that makes the life of the customer easier, not your life easier, not your back end processing easier, or is it and is it a unique change for the customer, or have you moved a manual process into a digital process, when really you should actually just question whether you needed to do the whole step at all. I think in insurance, that's where insurance will get hit with the startups and things, because there's still a process-based, sales-driven industry as a whole. And I know at Covermore we're very much focusing on going, if we've got the customer front and center, how do they want to travel, and how can we plug ourselves into their travel experience, rather than, well, they need travel insurance, so they have to come to us and do this kind of process, which is how most of us used to work. So, and lots of other businesses did too. So that's the focus. Is I'd go on the customer and say, how can you simplify it for the customer, and challenge everything that you do, from how you sell to how you actually provide your service or your product to the end customer.
Excellent. Yeah, I think so many businesses, they don't know what to pick as their main driver, and that's where they get lost.
Choice, right? And there's always a salesperson, or there's always someone that can come and say, you need a headless CMS, and it's like, yep, I do, but but if you go and get that, you can overcomplicate that really, really easy. You've got to have that simplified customer, and then go and get your fancy new CMS. Otherwise, you're just going to have an expensive digital product and no transformation.
Mm. Is it okay? I know we're probably short on time, but can I ask you one more question on that? Awesome. I mean, it sounds like you're a master of prioritizing, right? So, I mean, you gave that example of the CMS, but if you're a business that's just starting this process, you might have a CMS, you might have a website, you might have a whole range of things that need to be redone. How do you pick what you're going to start with?
Technology always has to link to business strategy. So unless there's a business strategy, then you can't choose a technical solution. So if your business prioritization should drive your technical prioritization, that you're not always in that position, because sometimes technology needs to give the business a nudge to say, hey, you should be doing it that way. So I would always link it to business strategy. And then a cost optimization model. I mean, what's the benefit? What's the risk involved? And map that out, work out what your criteria is, and map it from there. And in our case, the business strategy bit's really, because we're very big on global systems at the moment. We want to sell globally, and we only want to do something once, and do a little bit of customization in region, but not customization in region for everything. If something comes up that's not aligned with that, you have to drop it. You have to say it's not in scope, and just really stick hard to that. A bit like a project management, it's in scope or out of scope. Does it align with strategy? If it doesn't align with your business strategy, you've got to drop it, because it's wasted effort. And everybody's moving so fast now on COVID with their digital products. You'll get lost in the mess of it. Pick something that you want to hang your hat on and focus on that, but it's got to be customer led, not just because you want it.
Great insights. And I have so many other questions that I would love to ask you. Given that it's the Bits and Bytes series, I think we have to cut it off and always leave people wanting more.
Okay.
So thank you so much for your time.
No worries. Thanks very much. It was great to have a chat.